Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Superstar SEO Q&A number 10, the Candy Bar Edition. This is also day number 19 in the Superstar SEO 30 Videos and 30-Day Challenge. Today is November 3rd, 2017. These questions were submitted in my Facebook group at superstarseo.com/Facebook, or you can join by just searching Superstar SEO on Facebook if you'd like to have your questions answered as well as get some free candy bars. Not really. So, my name is Chris Walker. I will be your host for this afternoon. Without further ado, let's jump right into the first question.
So you want to be a rock superstar and live large, big house, 5 cars, you're in charge.
Question number 1 comes from Bernard. He says, which app can I use to send people page like requests in my Facebook group to like my new page? So you have a group and you want the people in that group to like your page. I don't think you can automate that at all. I think that you can just make a post in the group and ask people to like your page. Beyond that, I don't know of any tool that would automate that, and I think you'd probably get better results by just manually doing it anyway. So if that wasn't your question, I apologize, but that's how I read it. So if you need me to if you can clear that up in the group, if I answered it wrong, let me know. Next question comes from Rahul. It's a long one. It says, I want links to rank my sites, but link packages on Fiverr are crap. But at the same time, I don't like making links manually. How do I get manually made links, quality over quantity, for cheap? Any way to outsource it? I really need to find a way, as I can't buy expensive packages. Thanks. I've made a complete action plan for link building. I have handpicked all the sites like Quora, Imgur, Yahoo Answer, a ton more, but I'm too distracted to make links myself. Every time I go out to make links, I get lost and waste hours. That's why I need to find a way to get my plan executed cheaply. Okay, so you're talking about foundational white hat links like the ones you mentioned and some other ones. If you don't, I don't know. There are some good vendors on Conquer, and there'll be some on Legiit when it launches soon. But I don't know if I have one that does exactly what you're looking for. But what I would do in your situation is, if you know what you want, I'd make a few training videos on how to go about doing it, and then just hire a VA off of Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. You can also ask in the group if anybody knows of any good recommendations for services that will do that. But I'm thinking that it seems like you have a particular set of things that you want. So what I would do is make some training videos and hire somebody to do it for you. So hopefully that helps. Next question comes from Sinead. And again, this is a global apology. If I get anybody's name wrong, I'm doing my best. So please forgive me. Sinead says, affiliate niche review, new website, 6-month-old domain, no previous content. Question number one, list your short steps that you would take to gain organic traffic and start earning commissions. Question number 2, I know when you have a Facebook page with big following, it's easier to grow, but when you make a new Facebook page, do you have any tips on how to get following except boost with Facebook ads? Okay, so to get organic traffic, and I assume by organic traffic you don't mean necessarily search traffic, but just non-paid traffic. If you want non-paid traffic, you're going to hate this, but you just got to keep adding links and content until it ranks. I mean, I don't have specific steps, just get it ranking. If you have some money, you can obviously send some Facebook ads and that sort of thing to it, or maybe buy some, what do you call them, solo ads. But it's really just going to have patience. Just keep linking to it, get it ranked, and get it out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram if it's appropriate for Instagram, YouTube, that sort of thing. And to grow a page, honestly, I wouldn't put a lot of effort into growing a page. I would put more into groups. Facebook has really killed the reach that pages get. So unless you get like millions and millions of, that sounds like The Rock, right? Millions and millions of followers, it's going to take a long time for a page to be worth your time. In most niches, especially for what a niche review site, I'm thinking it's probably not worth your effort. So hopefully that answers that. Next question comes from Trevor. What are your most effective gigs for boosting, promoting mass page, rank, and red sites? I would just I would pick certain pages that you want to rank, as well as the homepage, and I would just grab a PBN package from Malionaut or somebody else good on Conquer or Legiit or something like that. Like, there's some gigs where you can get like 25 of them for $50-60. That's probably what I would start with. But for the most part, the point of a mass page site is that it's going to rank all on the authority that you create off of it when you create thousands of pages. So I would do that, and then I have TTT syndication set up. But as far as like to power up certain ones, to rank certain ones, just get PBN links, like a nice package of PBN links from somewhere. So there's some, if you're looking for specifics, all the ones I recommend are in the file section in the group. So hopefully that'll help. Alan says, since it was just Halloween, what's your favorite candy bar? You know, I bounce back and forth, but for the most part, I'm going to say Twix because you get 2 of them. And also, what tools do you use for link outreach? I don't do a ton of link outreach, and when I do, I have somebody else do it for me, so I don't know that I can really answer that. I've always heard good things about Ninja Outreach, but the truth is, if I were to do it myself, I would probably just do it manually with advanced search operators like Write for Us and get a post here, stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question is Sandeep. PPC to a landing page to generate leads for web design or SEO. Effective? Any best practices? Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely effective. I would just, like you said, just create a nice looking landing page, explains your services, explains maybe give them some sort of bait that you can give them for free or very cheap to get them to give up their contact information and go from there. Best practices, just whatever that particular ad network requires as far as compliance. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question comes from Mike. What is your go-to gig for pillow links? Thanks. That same one I just mentioned works really well because you get, what I do is I buy like a package of 25 PBN links, but I use just the 12 URL variations for the anchors. So you're getting 25 powerful URL anchors and that. And then there's stuff where you can get like Google custom map citations and social profiles. Those are probably the best ones for that sort of thing, assuming that's what you mean by pillow links. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question comes from Grant, another long one. For Google Maps, I've noticed that the 3 closest services are popping up. When it's near my service, I rank great, but otherwise it's nowhere to be seen. This doesn't apply just apply for me. This happens for competitors too. Google appears to be just choosing the 3 closest businesses and putting them at the top of the maps. Can this be overcome? What would you recommend to do this? Okay, so I have a feeling this is going to be the future of Google Maps. I don't have anything to support that other than just opinion, but my feeling is that eventually that we're just going to have to learn to deal with that. For now, what you can try doing is putting in driving directions in your Google Maps citations and in your actual citations. I've heard that helps some. I haven't seen evidence of that, but for now, that would be the only way I know to go about combating it. But as Google gets smarter about learning where you are, I think we're going to have to see that more and more. So I don't have a good answer for you beyond that. So sorry about that. Next question, Neil asks, do you create citations for affiliate sites? If so, do you just make up a fake address? I've done that a couple times, and that's what I did was make a fake address. It's not necessarily necessary, but you know, they're nice links and they can help. So yeah, just make up a fake address. Next question is from Ishmar. He says, how many PBNs do you have, and how do you split them up through different hosts? What are you currently spending on your PBN network per month? Okay, so some of that's a little private, and I'm not going to get into how many I have. I have quite a bit. And as far as how much I'm spending, again, that's kind of proprietary information. How do I split them up through different hosts? The main things I use are, I use a little bit of IP networks still, but I've moved most of mine over to Easy Blog networks. That way they're pretty well protected as far as identity and stuff. And so I basically go between the 2 of them, just whichever the mood strikes me. Both of those are pretty safe. So Easy Blog networks is the main one I recommend, and then from there IP networks. So, but there are some others that I have in there as well. So hopefully that helps. Next question comes from Shrikanta. What do you do to be highly productive and focused throughout the day? You know, to be honest, I wish I was better at this. There are some supplements you can take that'll give you like a slight boost, but truth be told, it's just enjoying what you do. You know what I mean? Like if you have tasks that you really want to get done, you'll focus on those. So that helps. I find that working from home, it's important to have a space that's just work. So you don't want to work and relax in the same space. That way you trick your brain into thinking to knowing when you're at work and when you're not. Same thing goes for like, I get dressed for the day. Like a lot of people that work from home just work in your, what, not their sleeping clothes, but like just around the house clothes. I try to get dressed as if I were at a job. Again, that's kind of a hack that like tells my brain that I'm in work mode. That helps a little bit. That's really about it. Just have a set of tasks that you want to knock out for the week and for the day, and just line them up and knock them down. Like, I'm not as good at this as some people, and I'm not going to give you like a bunch of nonsense about how you meditate and you put butter in your coffee and all that stuff. I do take some supplements that help with that, but they also have other reasons that I take them, so I'm not going to get into that too much. Plus, I'm not really qualified to comment on that sort of thing, but I don't know. That's the main things I do. Hopefully that helps some. Next question comes from Derek. Derek says, what's your favorite Lightbox plugin? Source CCS seems pretty dated. Also, do you have any experience getting past a surgeon's gatekeeper? It seems as though all the freelancers on Fiverr and Upwork don't cold call doctors. Should I try cold email with scope leads? The first question, I've still used Source CCS and don't have a ton of problems with it. Lately, there have been some issues logging in, but I think that's going to be solved soon. What's the other one? SCM Easy Double Agent, that works pretty well for some people. And there's a free one you can ask in my group that a guy named Alan Leanhouse has out as well. Although it only does certain things, but it's free and it works well for certain situations. So hopefully that makes sense. I haven't ever worked with surgeons, so I can't specifically tell you. I didn't even know you could hire cold callers on Fiverr and Upwork. So, well, I knew on Upwork, but not Fiverr. So there's that. Yeah, it's probably worth a shot at scope leads. You're going to get turned down more than you're going to get picked up, but I mean, it's so automated, there's almost no reason not to do it. So I would say give it a call or give it a shot, but I haven't worked specifically with surgeons, so I can't really advise you on anything specific there. So next question comes from Hunter. Hunter says, hey man, I'm getting fed up with how unorganized these other platforms are. I got a killer service to launch. What's the status of Legiit? Well, I'm glad you asked. I just spoke with the developer this morning. We have a nice plan put together about the last few details we need to hammer out, and we're going to do a soft launch for some sellers in the very near future, sellers and buyers in the very near future. So I'll be reaching out to you and to some other people to help get that going. If you don't know what he's talking about, Legiit is the new online marketplace that we're going to be launching. It's going to revolutionize the way you do freelancing, sell digital products and services, and really turn it into a full-time income and as well as a great buying experience. So it's really going to be better than anything that's out there right now. And full disclosure, I own it and found it, so there is that. But I'm looking forward to it, and you guys should be looking forward to it too. And I'll drop a link where you can sign up to get early bird access to it. So hopefully that answers that. Next question comes from, this is actually from Preben. I forgot to change the name. It still says Hunter, but it's from Preben. It says, do you use any kind of link indexer? Yes. If I have just like one link to index, I use the Google Search Console, which you can, there's a video on this channel about how to do that. But if I have bulk ones, SERPT has the best indexer that I've ever used. I think you can take like 100 or so at a time. You stick them in there, click the button, and usually within a minute or two, they're all indexed. So yeah, serpt.net. And I'll leave the link to that in the comments as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question comes from Sam. How do you do organic social media marketing? Any tools to automate? Okay, so the first answer is the best organic social media marketing is not to automate it. Like, I mean, you could make a case that that's what I've done here with my YouTube and my Facebook group, is that I'm doing social media marketing, although really it's just something to put content out there and what have you. But if you want to automate just like daily content and for like a local business or something like that, you can use a program called .com and Buffer, and that'll put content out there for you. There's a service called $99 Social. You can use them. They'll manage it for you. Those are probably the main ones. Hootsuite, everyone likes. I've played with it before, and I think it's terrible, but that's just me. That's kind of what I would do. But you're going to get the best results when you do it manually and you actually create a personality and that sort of thing. So hopefully that answers that. Next question is, do you personally do any link building for client/affiliate sites, or is it mainly outsourced to VAs? Also, what is your go-to service for site content? Thanks, Stud.
Oh, they'll be a winner, all right. I'm not sure the referee's going to be conscious.
Yeah, I still do some of my clients' PBN link building. In fact, that's kind of, I mean, there's a little bit of that I outsource, but for the most part, I do it myself because I kind of feel like that's what they're paying for. But I am getting to where I do less and less of the day-to-day, that sort of work myself, just because I don't have the time anymore. Go-to service for site content. Like, I need articles, and then if you look in the file section, there's there's a copy gig that's in there, as well as a content gig from a guy named Saeed that's in there as well. So both of those are very good. Yeah, so hopefully that answers that. Next question is from Eric. Since statistics say most people are using their phones to search the internet, are R&R videos still and by R&R he means rank and rent, videos still a viable income generator since they don't show up on phones like they do on a desktop? Yeah, absolutely. I was never a big proponent of it, using it. Let me start over. I've always said that stat is overrated. Not overrated, but overstated. That plenty of people still search via desktop. People that are going to be looking for the kind of service that you sell a rank and rent video to are still going to be looking on a desktop more likely anyway. So yeah, I still do it. I mean, I don't really add any new clients to it anymore just because I'm doing other things, but I still have clients that I've been on rank and rent videos for a long time. It still make me money every month. I think it's still worth it. It's so easy to do. What you may have to do is change the angle that you take on it and use it as say it's more about taking up space on the first page, because even on mobile it still shows up. It just does that carousel thing where it shows several videos. So I would use it as more of we're getting you real estate on the first page kind of thing, and it may get you a lead or two here and there. And it's also this is a separate thing now. And it's also a great way to get your foot in the door to sell other services, whether it's social media, SEO, web design, whatever. So yeah, I think it's still worth the time. So you just gotta kind of adapt your pitch a little bit. So hopefully that makes sense. Next question comes from Randy. He says, what's the fastest way you can make $100 a day passive? The real answer is there isn't one. There's no such thing as passive income. But if you're asking what's the quickest way with the least amount of work, probably doing product reviews on YouTube would be my guess. Is you just set up a channel to review certain types of products or product reviews in general. Just buy them yourself or get them to you, and just do a review channel. And if you can find one that costs that makes you $50 to $100 commission, and you could do a CPC product as well, just do that. That's probably the fastest way to do it, and that will be an asset that's there forever. So that's probably the best answer I can give, the fastest way to get passive money. But really, passive money isn't really a thing. So hopefully that answers that. Next question comes from Kirill. What's actually considered duplicate content? Nothing. Next question comes also from Kirill. I know you love these questions. How many exact match anchors could I potentially get away with at first before needing to mix it up? Keep adding them until they don't work anymore. That's my answer to that. Is you keep adding them, and once they stop moving the needle, then you probably need to work in some other things. So hopefully that answers that. Next question comes from Chris. When you first started your SEO agency, what are some of the mistakes you made? And what advice would you give yourself back then if you had the chance? Mistakes, probably not focusing enough on getting clients, or spending too much time on methods that didn't work, and being afraid to spend money and do ads and stuff. Ads work really, really well, despite what some of the top SEOs, quote unquote, gurus in the industry will say, that you can use paid ads to get clients really effectively. The only reason that those particular people can't make it work is because they aren't smart enough to understand paid traffic well. So don't listen to people that tell you can't get SEO clients with paid ads, because you do. I do it. And that's probably what I would tell my younger self, is that to start spending money sooner to get people into your funnel and start selling them. So don't be afraid to spend money, I guess, is probably the answer in a nutshell. So hopefully that answers that. And that's our last question of the day. If you want to get your question answered in a video just like this next week, you can join us at superstarseo.group, or you can just go to Facebook and search Superstar SEO, or you can go to superstarseo.com/Facebook. I've given you many ways possible to come join me. If you'd like to sign up to be notified when the new revolutionary online marketplace Legiit is going to be launched, which is very soon, you don't want to miss out on the being a founding member. You can sign up to be notified there at legiit.com, Legiit.com. And if you like videos like this, and why wouldn't you, and you'd like to see them more often, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below this video and then clicking the notification bell. Or if you want to do it in a simple one click, you can go to superstarseo.tv and then share that link with your friends. This is, again, Chris M. Walker of Superstar SEO and Legiit. I've enjoyed answering your questions, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and forever. Have a great weekend.